Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the City Skylines Beginner's Guide. Today we are going to be talking about the Sunset Harbor DLC. And the reason I added this in is because it adds in a very important functionality to the game, and that is inner city buses. And so on the last episode, we had built out this huge downtown with the new skyscrapers, content creator pack, and I think it is fantastic. I got a bunch of comments saying that it is of course worth it. And I already knew even before I did it, I was like, you know what, this is definitely going to be worth it for console players because this adds in a ton of assets that are not available for console players. Whereas with PCs, we can go on the workshop and kind of download a bunch of skyscrapers and stuff. And so maybe it's just not as worth it for PC players, but for console or people who can't play with mods, it is 100% worth it. And so the Sunset Harbor DLC is actually a pretty robust DLC. And there actually was a time when everybody thought that they had named it Sunset Harbor because we were going to be diving into City Skylines 2, and that was now a couple years ago, and we all know since we have the airports DLC, Plaza Promenades, and now the Financial District's mini expansion, that that was not true, and hopefully we do still see City Skylines 2 at some point. I really do wish to see our game engine updated, but let's go ahead and jump into what this adds. So the big thing that it adds, if we go down to the Garbage and Industries tab, we now have a fishing industry. And the really cool thing about the fishing industry is that it doesn't require an industry area like other industries do. So you can really plop these down in a bunch of different places, and it gives you a fish market and the fish factory as well. And these create commercial zone goods, which are the goods that are delivered to your commercial buildings within your city. And so it's actually a really good way if you start to have like goods issues in your city. Say you're starting to get like those little flags that say not enough goods, well, you can plop down a fishing industry and really help out your problem a lot. And so now for transportation additions, if we go into buses, we now have inner city buses. We have this inner city bus station. We now have the inner city bus terminal. And so that has added the inner city bus functionality, because prior to that, buses couldn't come in from out of town. And so it was definitely something that was a little bit lacking. So we now have this metro inner city bus hub. And so another thing that it added was the Metropolitan Airport, as well as the Aviation Club. So if you come into your unique buildings, I'm not sure exactly which tab it is in. So it's this one right here in 5. So it added in the Aviation Club, which is actually really cool. You get a little runway, and this is where people can go to presumably learn how to fly. Another couple things that added in, one of the most needed that we have, if we go into that Garbage and Industries tab and go over to Garbage, we now have the Waste Transfer Facility and the Waste Processing Complex. So we can really stop using all these recycle centers and landfills, and the Waste Processing Complex is just a fantastic addition. Another couple things that it added in the Eco Inland. So I believe we already had, no, you know what? I don't think we had any inland. So we have this inland water treatment plant, advanced inland water treatment plant, and then we have this eco inland water treatment plant and the eco advanced inland water treatment plant. And these are actually really nice to have because you now aren't bound to the coast. You can kind of place them anywhere in your city, which is a little bit more realistic. It also adds in this freshwater outlet, I believe. I don't know if this came with it or not, but I know that we have this. This is a tank reservoir, so this is so that you can store water supply within your city. Just like if you ever get to a problem where you aren't taking in enough water, like you don't have enough water towers or water pumping stations, then your city will at least survive for a little bit. And so I think in this episode, we're definitely going to be doing a lot. So we are also going to be taking a little bit of a 180 on this. I was looking at this, and I was looking at this other side, and I was like, you know what? We already have this park beach area that we want to do. We kind of left this undone. And so I think we are going to turn this into our beach on this side and make it into a really nice area. This is a really nice beach already, so I feel like this is a good spot, but then also kind of wrapping it around. And so what we're going to be doing with this side is taking it away and turning it into a little cargo port area. We're going to be doing some cruise ship terminals. I want to get some fishing in here, and I really want to make it look industrious, but also help to kind of drive down our traffic a little bit, because this really isn't generating a ton of people, but it is getting more cars over here. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to be getting a little crazy. We're going to delete everything in here, and it's because I want to do that whole industrial port that I was talking about. So I'm going to go through and literally delete all these assets. I think I'm going to keep the trees. We're going to come back through and do some detailing. All these paths, this whole park, I'm going to remove the park district and all that, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so I've removed the park and everything associated with it. So now I want to come back through here. We're going to go into the Landscaping and Disasters tab. We're going to grab that Level Terrain tool. We're going to just increase our brush size a little bit. And this is a mod that I use because of our whole area over here. I haven't done it this time, but because of all this brown I have to have Surface Painter in order to remove this. I know I've said it in the past, but I want to mention it again. It is called Extra Landscaping Tools. It's a very convenient mod. It allows you to just have a little more functionality over things. But we'll grab this level terrain tool, we'll right click right there, and I want to have a couple smooth edges. So we're going to come all the way over here, and then what I'm going to do is go out here and I'm going to begin to turn this, and I want to have it as an edge because I feel like it just looks a little better that way. So we'll go ahead and go like this, and then we're going to come in like this, and then we are going to have this one cut across. And then let's go ahead and go like this as well. We'll go like that. Yeah, you know what? This actually looks pretty good. So we'll go like this and we will come across. And so now what we need to do is go ahead and grab our underwater height and bring that just right up next to it. Keys in the vanilla game are kind of hard to deal with, and you definitely have to make sure that it is a sharper edge because otherwise it doesn't read it. It needs to be a coastline. And so let's go ahead and bump up that speed while we flood our poor downtown. This would be just a huge disaster. But I'm going to go ahead and let this run real quick, and then we'll come back through and do our key walls. All right, so now that it has flooded out, what we can do is go into our Landscaping and Disasters tab and hit this Water Structures. And we're going to grab these keys, and we are going to come all the way over here. And these are kind of tricky to work with in vanilla, so you definitely got to be careful with them. I want it to go all the way out to the edge, and then I'm going to come this way. I'm going to go like right there, and then I'm going to come this way, go like right there. I'm going to come all the way over here. And then I want this to, as best we can, have it go close to that. It looks like that's probably the closest we're going to get. It actually looks pretty good. So I did want to do the squared off shape because I feel like it's a little more industrious that way and a little more realistic. So now we're going to go into landscaping tools. We're going to grab that level terrain tool, and we need to kind of soften up our edge or make it a little bit sharper. So we'll come over here and just kind of clean up our key wall a little bit. This helps with boats as well so that they don't get stuck on land, they don't beach themselves. So we'll end up going like that. And so now it looks like we have a little bit of flooding. We really shouldn't have too much though. So I'm going to place down our buildings first. So I want to do our cruise ship terminal over here. So we're going to go into the transport tab. We're going to go into ships, and we're going to grab this harbor. And I like to put multiple of these. And so now we will come over here and let's go into that garbage and industries tab. And I want to do some fishing harbors. So we're going to do fishing harbor. And with these, they do still have like a multi-tier unlock system. So the first thing you get is just the standard fishing harbor, which is allowed to pick up any sort of fish. And so one of the cool things with this, you get this little tab up here. It says conditions optimal for anchovy, salmon, shellfish, and tuna. And that's what these colors are out here. And you can kind of see we're polluting the water a little bit right there. But we have shellfish out here, and we have anchovy in here. Salmon is normally along your coast. So like you can kind of see right here, we got a little bit of salmon. And then we don't have any tuna. I'm surprised. I'm not exactly sure of the conditions for tuna. But you can you can create the conditions for salmon just by doing like little islands and stuff. They tend to just be along those coasts or in smaller waterways. And so now we will come in here. Let's go ahead and place this down. I don't want to be too close to that polluting water. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to place this right here, and then we're going to place one right here as well. I want to be able to connect those up. So we'll go like that and that. I think that is fantastic. And then now let's come into our transport tab, go back to ships, and I want to do a cargo harbor in here. So we're going to go ahead and place a cargo harbor all the way down here, kind of in our industrial area. We'll place it right there. And then I think we're going to end up hooking up a train line to that because I really feel like this is going to go a long ways to help us out. And so now we have placed down the bulk of our buildings. I kind of feel like we can maybe even squeeze another one of those in there, one of the fishing harbors. That could probably be good. It's just, I don't want to get too close to that polluting water. You see, it's like brown. Maybe we'll actually be able to upgrade that to the eco one now. Let's see if we have the eco ones. We do. And so we're still just going to have the polluting water. I don't know if we're going to be able to escape that. So let's come over here and connect up these roads. So we're going to go into that road toolbar. We're going to go into the small roads. And let's do the small 4-lane that we got for free with the plazas and promenades update. So let's grab this and connect these up. Go like that. Fantastic. Go like this. I do want to go into that freeform tool and create a curve in here. Go like that. And then let's go ahead and hook these up. And then I do want this to kind of follow that a little bit. So we're going to go like this. We're going to try our best to come all the way up here. So I'm going to turn off snapping and line this up manually. So we'll go like right there, and then let's go ahead and connect that up. Perfect. And so now we have a nice little coastal road. So I do want to connect up these crossroads as best we can. So we're going to come in here. We're going to connect that up. We're going to do the same thing over here, connect that up. We're going to do the same thing over here, and it looks like we're a little bit off. So we'll come in here and then go like that. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. We will, oh, it looks like we're pretty close right there. Looks like that one's a little off. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with that one. So we'll go like this, and then let's go ahead and hook that up. And then let's go ahead and have this one continue. And it looks like we're not going to be able to get a road off of that, which is kind of frustrating, but so we'll go ahead and go like this and connect that up. And I did want it to be a little more sporadic with this. I feel like it gives it a really cool look. And so I do want to come in here and kind of fill in some of these. I think by our cruise ship terminals, we're going to end up doing like the Grand Mall or the Posh Mall, something really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and place down some water pipes for this area real quick. So we'll go into that water strap, grab that water pipes. I'm going to go ahead and follow the roads all the way down. Okay, and so now we have our 2 cruise ship terminals. We have our 3 fishing piers, which we need to do a fish market. And then we have our industrial area over here. And so I think we will end up wrapping this around and probably connecting it and doing our waste processing complex over here. I feel like it'd be really nice to have that kind of close to this. So I do want to first get in our Posh Mall. So let's come in here, and I believe it's in either 2. Yeah, 2. So we'll go like this. Let's go ahead. I want it to be sideways, like right here. Let's see if maybe we can get it the other way. And maybe we'll do like a plaza for this other side. Let's actually see if we can straighten that out a bit. Come in here and grab our road and then come off of this at a more 90-degree angle. We should be able to place this in here. Yeah, we can. Perfect. And that way it's going to be a little bit closer to it, but then there's going to be shopping for these people immediately, which I think is what I was really trying to go for. We do kind of have some dead trees over here just because of how close it is to the water. And then let's go ahead and place down our fish market. So we're going to go into that fish tab that I talked about. We are going to do our fish market right here. I want it to be like right off the front, because this would be like an area, you know, you definitely see in downtowns a lot, especially coastal downtowns, where you can go and, you know, buy fish early in the morning and stuff like that. So we do need to do a couple fish factories. So let's go ahead and place down, we'll do one right here. And then I think we're going to place a couple over here, but we're going to end up doing a road and kind of filling it in. We do need to hook this up with electricity. It looks like this is the only thing that's not hooked up. So let's go ahead and follow this around. And then I think we can just jet across here. Yeah, we can. Perfect. And so now that we got this, before we really start expanding out anymore, one of the cool things that I'd kind of forgotten to mention about our end of line train station over here is that there's actually a metro line underground. So there is an underground metro station. So what I want to do is grab that transport tab, and I want to hook up a metro line that's going to really help to kind of alleviate some of the pressure in this area. So I want this to go down. We're going to go ahead and put a station right there, but then I want this to turn and then actually have a station right here as well. And so we're going to have that connect up, come up over here, and then we are going to eventually have it connect up over here. But I think for right now, that is probably good. We are going to expand across and do some residential in this episode as well. We really got a lot we're doing in this episode, though. We're getting a ton done, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and grab that freeform tool. We're going to wrap this around, go like this. And it looks like, you know, that actually hooks up right there. Nice. And so let's go ahead and do a line. Let's grab that, come up all the way over here, grab that, come up over here, grab that. And this is going to really encourage people to use that intercity bus as well as the cruise ship terminals to get in and out of our city rather than depending on other means. And so now let's go ahead and figure out something to fill in this space with. So I think for this space, what we're going to end up doing is the Expo Center. I feel like this would just be a fantastic location for this. So if we go ahead, and it looks like over here is going to be the only spot that fits, which is actually kind of sad. I wonder if we can put a little road off of this. Let's go ahead and go above ground, hit that page up, go like this, maybe connect it up right there, and then see if we can get it off of that. We can. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. So now let's go into our Parks and Plazas tab. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. We'll grab a couple little, maybe we'll do this. I think this will be good. So it'll be like a little statue plaza. Go like that. And then let's come down to our pergolas, do one on either side, go like this, go like this. And then let's go ahead and do just a couple small rocks in here as well, since it is kind of a beachy area, since we have the sand. So we'll go like that, we'll go like this. Let's go ahead and go like this. And I think we'll even do a couple palm trees. I feel like that could be good. So if we come in here, I really like these California palms. They're the like really tall ones. So go ahead and place these down, go like this, go like that. And then let's go ahead and place down just a couple benches in here. So we'll go to City Park. Actually, no, we'll go to props within the Parks and Plazas tab. And then let's go to these benches. Really like these. I think these are great. So this would be somewhere like maybe you're waiting for your metro, or maybe you're grabbing some lunch in front of the Expo Center or something like that. And so for these other areas, what I'm going to do is just grab our wild hedge. I'm going to go ahead and accentuate our path going all the way around just to clean up that edge. And I think I'm going to do some young linden, some trees around, just really clean it up, go on both sides, make it look a little bit better. Okay, so I ended up doing the trees around, a couple little rocks, nothing too crazy, did the palm trees, and you can kind of see we're already getting so many people come in here, it's kind of crazy. We're getting like slews of people walking. Once we hook up the rest of this underground metro line, more people will start to use it, but this is so many people, look at them. Where are these people going? Yeah, look, I love these pedestrian roads too. This was such a great idea, having them just come through here. I really like watching all these people walk around. Like, this whole area is awesome right here. Look at all the people. This is just really cool to see. And so now what we need to do is just go ahead and fill in some of the rest of these spaces. So I do want to do just a bit of commercial in here. Let's make sure that our pedestrian area covers this area. So we are going to cover this all the way down. We'll probably even go right there, even though I don't think we're going to end up using that space. Let's go ahead and go like this. Go ahead and fill this in. And then I think we are going to be playing around with some little micro district areas. So I actually think we may do it for this area. So if we come in here and grab our districts tab, let's go ahead and remove just a little bit of this. And what we're going to do is change the district style for this. This is how you can kind of blend these together. So we'll go ahead and add this right here. We don't need to do the whole thing, but what I want to do is organic and local produce. So we're going to go into our commercial specialization. We're going to use this organic and local produce that we had gotten with the Green Cities DLC. We're going to come through here and we're just going to fill in a couple of these. We don't want to get too crazy, but we are going to put some off of this main road. But I think that's probably it. We don't need to do too much down here. This is a fish factory, so I think we're going to put in some trees and just kind of cover this up a little bit. I think we may even do just a small warehouse right here. So if we go like right there, yeah, you know, that's good. And then we'll be able to set this to commercial zone goods, set this to empty because we really don't want them to start importing for this. And then we do need to set up our fishing lines now. So if we go into our garbage and industries tab, go into fishing, we can grab this tool, the fishing routes. And so there is a perfect efficiency that you can reach if you're really careful on, you know, like being nitpicky with it. I tend to just go out wide enough to where I know that it's going to be 100%. You still get a pretty decent amount of boats. I don't believe that there's even a limit on the amount of boats. So I'm not sure exactly what you would gain by having this the perfect length, but you do lose out on some efficiency. So like if you wait for these boats to come out now that they're set up, if we get these, where's our little boat? So this guy, if you click one of the boats, you can kind of see how full it is. So if you follow this all the way around to the very end, you'll be able to see like, all right, how much line is there that they just kind of waste, like race back to the harbor because they're already full. Oh, it looks like we got this one too. I'm going to go ahead and set this one up as well. So now we got 3 fishing harbors. We have our fish factory over here. Oh, this is the fish factory. So once this starts receiving fish, then it will start converting them into commercial zone goods. And because we put this warehouse right here, it will then be transported there or within the city wherever commercial zone goods are needed. So within any of these buildings, any of these commercial buildings that we just built. Now that we got these lovely little organic and local produces, looks like we got a little electric charging station. We got like a little farmer's market kind of restaurant area right here. We got like a little organic grocery store. Really like these. I like the organic and local produce a lot. So I think for the rest of these areas, I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in with some trees. I really wanted to encourage those green spaces. So I think we will go ahead and go like this, and then I will grab a path and have it actually cut through here. So if we turn off snapping, have the path probably begin right here, and then go ahead and cut through here just to provide that much needed accessibility and also just a little bit of a walking space for these people. It looks like that's not going to allow me to upgrade that, which is okay. We'll just keep it concrete. And then I'm going to go through and just plop some trees down, probably do a couple little benches, make it into a nice area. Okay, so I ended up putting in a couple more organic and local produce around here. Felt like it was missing something, and because it's a fish market, I just felt like it was going to be a little bit better of a fit. I think we could probably do the same thing here, though I am tempted to do just another green space, especially since this is kind of up there. Maybe we'll do a couple organic and local produce, and then we'll do a little park in the middle. I think that could be good. So we'll go ahead and extend out our organic and local produce district, and we will come over here. Let's go ahead and go like that, go like this, go like that. And then let's go ahead and just do a couple off of this backside. We'll go like this. And then let's do a path in here. So we want this path to go from like right here. We're going to go like this. We're going to follow this down, and then we're going to have it connect up right there. Let's go ahead and upgrade this path just so that we can get some benches and trees off of it as well, make it look a little bit nicer. And then once these come in, we'll be able to do some trees and just kind of clean it up a little bit. So I do want to get a couple warehouses over here, probably another fish factory, and just make it look a little bit more industrious, especially since this would be the beginning of our industrial area. So we will probably go like this and go ahead and connect it up right there. And then let's put in our fish factory first, since I know this is the bigger building. So we'll grab this fish factory. Let's go ahead and place it like right there. And then let's put in a couple warehouses across the street. So if we go, let's put in some of these bigger ones. So we'll go ahead and turn them all to commercial zone goods and keep them on empty. Because I really don't want them to start importing a bunch of commercial zone goods over here. That could turn into a real problem real fast. All right, so now that we got that, let's go ahead and start working on our waste processing complex over here. So if we grab this, let's go ahead and have this go straight. Let's just go all the way out until we match that road, and then we'll connect it up right there. And that way we can even put in another little access point over here. I think that this could be good. So we'll probably do a fence around here. I think the trees up here look pretty good. We do need to expand our water availability at some point. Yeah, our sewage treatment is already there. So let's actually plop that down right now before we forget. So go ahead and place down 2 of these. And then we're really going to be trying to make this look a little bit better now that we got the pipes and everything. And we really have a huge opportunity to do some fun stuff there. So let's go into our garbage and industries tab. Let's go over to garbage. Let's grab our waste processing complex. And I think we're going to put it like right here. What do you mean cannot build on water? There's no water there. Yeah, there you go. So now we got our waste processing complex. And the way that these work is they're kind of like a hub and spoke system. So you do need to have waste transfer facilities. And so you do need to have one of these like right next to it. But then you kind of plop these around your city. So we're going to come over here. And we're just going to get crazy with this. We're going to pause. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these, except for maybe just a couple. Let's get rid of our incinerators since these really generate a ton of pollution. Now let's come in here. Let's place one of these down. And then let's go ahead. Let's see, are any of these full? So 100% full, 100% full, 100% full. They are all full. That's kind of a problem for us. We wanted to be able to empty some of these, but maybe we'll leave them. You know, it's just kind of like a relic of our past or something. So let's come over here and do one over here as well. Let's get rid of these 2 recycle centers and then place one right here. It is good to have them around. So right now we just have the 1, the 2, and the 3, which actually might not be bad. We do need coverage over here though. So let's put one in our industrial area back here and place this right here. So now we have pretty much coverage all around the city. So we have one right there, one right there, one right there, and one right there with our big one right here. And so you can kind of see we definitely dropped down quite a bit. We lost a little bit of our processing capability. So this was 192,000 a week, and then these were 24,000 a week. So we kind of hurt ourselves a little bit. So we do need to place another one of these waste processing complexes. So let's come over here, and I really wish that we could just place it right there. That would be the perfect location for this. But maybe we can even, you know, we'll place it right here. I think this was good. And I think we'll end up putting some trees around it or something, just make it look better. Yeah, because now that bumped it up quite a bit. We should be good. And the cool thing with that too is you can start emptying these and they will empty into the waste processing complexes, which is really nice. So I do want to hook this up over here before we move on to a different area. Let's go ahead and grab our train, and I want this to go over here and dive underneath. We're going to have to do a tunnel throughout our city, and I don't believe it's the most realistic of approaches, but I think it's going to be our best bet for over here. So we do need to remove that key wall, sadly. And then we're going to come up over here. Let's go ahead and go down. All right, so I'm going to bring out our land just a smidge so that we can build this. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues with this. We will bring this out, go like this. Yeah, that should be good. And then let's go ahead and try that again. So we'll come up over here. Of course, we need this to flood. Now we can come in here, have this go over here, and have it just go under. And what we're going to do is basically we need to go down just a smidge more. So we're going to go all the way down, and we are going to wrap this around the city. And this would be crazy. Go ahead and let me know. I mean, if this is something that would ever happen in real life, it wouldn't surprise me if there is like underground cargo terminals like this, but it just, it seems pretty crazy. So we're going to go ahead and go like this. Ooh, it looks like we can even go up right there. Perfect. And then we are going to grab this, and we do want to go underground and make sure that we don't have any sort of crazy bumps. So that's a little bit of a bump, but it's not bad. So we come up all the way over here. We have a huge bump right there. That would not be great. So let's go ahead and redraw that in. And that's a little bit better. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. This isn't great though. So let's go ahead and redo this. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. And so now we can come in here and extend out our key wall as well. So we'll grab this. Let's go ahead and fix our little bump in there. Brought back our key wall. Looks a little bit better. If we had moved it, it would definitely look way better since we can't get those key walls next to those buildings for some weird reason. But now we have this going in. We can do some trees in here, just kind of clean it up, make it look a little bit better. Okay, and so this is looking pretty good. So I'm going to come through here. It does look like we're having not enough worker issues. We definitely need to do some residential. So let's go ahead and do some trees around here real quick. I'm just going to do these live oaks and just kind of fill in this space, accentuate that path a little bit. I'll probably even do a couple benches as well, maybe a couple pergolas, turn it into a nice area. All right, so I went ahead and cleaned it up, did some trees. I did a little baby plaza over here with some pergolas and a statue, some benches in there, a couple little bushes. Did palm trees all the way around. I think the palm trees look really good. I went ahead and did some trees back here too. I felt like it was just empty space. It was kind of weird. Maybe we could even put in like a couple rocks just to kind of fill in the space. I mean, empty space is still good for stuff. Like it can look good. I just don't like it when it's just vast empty space next to buildings. And so I think that looks good. Now we do need to start working on this other area. So I want to extend out our metro. We need to do our inner city bus. I want to get an inner city bus over here as well. And then I want to do some residential back here. So I think the first thing we're going to do is work on this area because we have some people kind of cutting through here and I really don't like this connection. So what we're going to do is get a little crazy. We're going to delete this and we are going to extend out our lower section so that we can kind of put in some other stuff in here. So I want to also delete this road. We'll go ahead and delete this all the way around. And this is going to, be twofold. It's going to really help to increase the accessibility in this area without people trying to cut through. But it's also, I think, going to look a little bit better. So if we go ahead and go like right there, because I want this road to continue on. So we'll probably have that one go all the way across and then curve into the road on the other side. So we'll probably have this go like there. And then let's go ahead and curve this in. And it looks like we're just a little bit shy. So let's try that again. So we'll go like right there. And then we should be able to curve this in. Yeah, we can. Perfect. Nice. And then now what we can do is go back to our 4-unit road. And we will draw this across and we want it to be a bridge. So we're going to go all the way up until we are level with that other road. So let's go down one. Yeah, it looks like that right there is probably good. So then we'll come across, go like this, and then connect that up. And let's make sure that that's good. Yeah, it goes up a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So now what I'm thinking is we will grab our road. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the 4-lane, or no, we'll grab this 2-lane with the median and the trees. I think it looks good. So we'll go ahead and go like this, and we want to come all the way out to where we can do a road across. Probably follow this one down just a bit so we can capture that symmetry. That actually looks pretty good. And then that way we can go back in here and go like this, go like that. And then I want to put in one of our inner city bus hubs, like right here or in this area. So I was kind of thinking, like if we could get it over here, I think this would be a pretty good little spot for it. So let's see, let's go in here. I think we got the small one. So I wonder if we could put the small one like right there. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not in a great location because of these intersections, but because of this metro line, we're really kind of stuck. If we could have it go sideways, I think it could be even better. Or you know what? Let's actually put it next to our metro back here. Oh, it's because it's a ped road. Let's upgrade that to a regular road. So we'll upgrade this around and then let's try that right there. Yeah, just because it's going to provide a little more access to that metro, which I think is going to be really nice. I do want to also, while we're over here, just kind of fill in this space. This empty space is a little kind of bugging me. And then what I want to do in here is a little fountain. So I'm actually going to go into Shift Terrain within the landscaping tools. We're going to drop that down a bit. And then we are going to grab that terrain by hitting that right click. And we're going to fill all this in. I don't think we're going to go all the way down. We'll probably go like right there. And then what I'm going to do is go into water, sewage, and heating. We're going to go all the way down to our freshwater outlet. And what this does is basically just dumps water out. So I'm going to put 2 of them at the bottom and we're going to go like this. And let's go ahead and hook them up to a water source now. We'll go like this. And then now when we unpause this, we'll start filling up. But I want to do some rocks and foliage and really turn this into a cool looking area. These rocks are a little extreme, but what I'm thinking for this side is we will do a couple little plazas. So let's go ahead and bring this back just a smidge. We'll go like right there. And then I think we're going to do a couple of those flower gardens possibly. So if we come over here and let's do one right there, one right there. Let's do one in the middle too, or maybe one of the bigger ones. Yeah, I think one of the bigger ones would be good. So if we bring this back just a smidge, we should be able to put in one of these. Yeah, we'll go like this. Nice. And then let's go ahead and clean up that edge just a bit. We don't need to get crazy with it, but let's go like right there. And then that way people can kind of enjoy the water as well. I think we'll even do like a little bit on the sides just so that people can kind of walk around. That's really the goal for this, is to create a space that people can enjoy. That's why I like doing fountains. So now once it starts to get near the top, what you do is you just turn it off. So you come over here, just hit that off button. Go ahead and come over here, hit that off button. And the downside is it does seep through the ground, so this isn't going to last forever. And so now let's go ahead, before we start detailing any more of this up, I think we're now in a place where we can just move on and start detailing up it all at the end during a detailing time lapse. So I do want to come over here, and we're going to leave, I want to leave 4 spaces in the middle for ped roads. So we're going to go like this. Let's go ahead and upgrade this road to the standard 3-lane one-way like we had before. We'll go all the way back to this bridge. Go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Go like that. And let's go back to our 4-lane road. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to leave 4 squares of zoning in the middle. I think that is 3. It is. So we'll leave 4. We'll come all the way down. Looks like we can just connect that one up. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. So we will leave 4 squares of zoning. Go like this. Go ahead and connect this up. And then let's do the same thing here. It looks like we're actually going to be a little bit tight on this side. So I think we will turn this into our educational facility. So we'll go ahead and, yeah, I think that'll be good. We'll do an elementary school and high school. So now let's go ahead and go like this. And then I do want to switch over to ped roads. And I want to put in some pedestrian roads right in the middle. So I want to go like this, have this come across, connect up right there. Then I want this to come down, connect up right there. We want this to go up there. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's very similar to pathways, but they're just pedestrian roads. I think it's going to look really nice. I like having the little intermingled in there. I think it's a cool look. And then I do want to do something a little different with our zoning over here. So I want to get some wall-to-wall residential, but I also want to get some high density eco or self-sufficient. I just think it's going to be a really cool look. So if we can go ahead and draw a district all the way around this, we'll go like this, and then we will go ahead and come back after we draw out our pedestrian area. So we'll grab this, go all the way down. Let's go ahead and just fill in this other side too while we're at it. And then let's grab our regular path now, our regular district tool, and we are going to remove some of this. And I want to come into this small one, and I want to go like this. Let's go ahead and remove this. I want the outsides to be the self-sufficient. So we'll have self-sufficient still on ped roads, but it'll kind of envelope it a little bit. So we'll grab this, go ahead and fill all this in. And then let's go ahead and do just a smidge on the bottom side. So we'll grab this, come over here, and let's go ahead and do self-sufficient on this side as well. So that way the middle here is going to be our wall-to-wall residential, but then the outside is going to be our self-sufficient residential, which is going to help to create some taller buildings and just make it look a little bit better. I do think we're going to have to remove these runes, and maybe that's why they're going to do, we're going to do like a museum kind of park over here, something cool. I think maybe even a couple unique buildings, but then that way we can expand out some more residential over here. So let's go ahead and fill all this in. And then I think we're going to do some wall-to-wall commercial in here as well. Let's go ahead and do wall-to-wall commercial for the outside too. And then let's fill in this. Let's actually do commercial for that middle section. So we'll grab this, fill all that in, and then let's go ahead and do some small commercial in here. Let's remove just a couple rows of zoning for a little pathway. And then we do need to do our 2 schools. So we'll come over here, go to the education tab, and I want to use these high capacity buildings because I think they look fantastic. I really like them a lot. So we'll go ahead and place one right there, and then we're going to place the high school across the street. So these will be like sister schools. And so we will come in here, and now let's do our playground. So we'll do a small playground right there. Can we fit the large one? Oh man, it's so close. I wonder, let's actually move that over just a bit. So if we go like that, I think we can fit the large playground. Yeah, we can. And then let's do a couple sporting facilities on this side. So we'll go ahead and do, let's do a little road, and then let's put a couple in there. Maybe we could even do a ped road. So if we grab that, go like this, and then do, yeah, we can, perfect. And then let's put a sports hall and gymnasium if we can fit it. It's kind of a bigger building. Let's put it over here. So we'll put the sports hall and gymnasium right there. And then let's actually do a community pool right there too, right next to it. Might as well. So let's come in here and let's fill this in. Let's do a small dog park right on the corner. think that that's nice. And there we go. So now we have our education facility. We have a sports hall and gymnasium, basketball court, and tennis court. It does look like we need to hook up electricity and probably water. So I'm actually going to pause real quick before we get into any sort of crazy issues. All right, electricity and water hooked up. And so now before we get all of our buildings, let's go ahead and extend out our metro line. So this is going to be our underground metro. So let's come over here, and it looks like we even got like a dual station. These are kind of interesting. I don't know if this would be necessary. So maybe we could do like where it switches lines, or we could have it turn. I just don't think having this many lines is going to be necessary. So we're going to go ahead and place this maybe off the schooling area. No. Oh, so right there is going to work. So if we come place it right there, and then let's come down. So we want this station to also have a stop right here. We'll go ahead and place one right there. So it comes up here, goes right there. We'll probably do a station up here once we start expanding. So we do want a station to be right next to these stations. So we'll go ahead and put one we'll put it on this side because we got to go underneath that. So then we will come up over here. Let's go ahead and do another one. So we want it to turn and come up this way. So maybe we'll do another one right here. Yeah, I think this will be good right off this main road. And then I was going to have it turn up there, but I think it's going to be a parallel line. So I think we will come up over here and have it turn up right here. And so now we'll go into our metro tracks, and we will go ahead and connect these up. Have this just go straight, come like that. Go ahead and go straight, connect up. I'm just going to do this all the way down. All right, so we got the line running from here, going to this stop, this stop, this stop, coming up here, having a stop over here, which is a transfer opportunity between our train line and our other metro above ground. And we have a stop right here, we have a stop right there in our industrial area, and then a stop right here next to our other above ground metro. And so now we will go ahead and grab our metro line tool, come all the way over here, grab our stop, so drag, holding down that mouse button, we will come up all the way over here and move stop. So now we need to come back through each stop and go ahead and add in 2 lines. So we'll come up over here, add in a stop, and this is really going to help to get all the traffic within our city to utilize the metro rather than the roads. And so this is just going to be another method for us to kind of mitigate that traffic a little bit. So let's come up over here, especially since it is connected to that end of line as well. So if anybody wants to leave the city, they can really take this or even go all the way down to our cruise ship terminal down here. So now we have stops going all the way down. And so another content creator pack that I had added and I completely forgot was Vehicles of the World. And the reason I added it is mainly because of the metro. So Vehicles of the World adds in buses, police cars, hearses. It adds in quite a bit, new garbage trucks. The only things I ever really use though are the buses and the metro. So if you go ahead and click on this model now, there are actually quite a bit. So we have underground train, high capacity metro, subway, S-Bahn train, metro. I think some of these were actually added in another update as well, but you get quite a bit of these. And the one that we're most concerned with is this high capacity metro. And it's because it adds in 500 people. So now you can see 500 people can get on each of these trains. And so none of these are really full anymore. We could even probably drop this down if we wanted to. But we want to make sure that that new line is a high capacity metro, which it already is. And so now let's come in here and go to our buses as well. Let's go ahead and hit that so we can get to our biggest ones. Let's click on this, and the buses that we have unlocked are actually quite a bit. So we got double decker, we got an articulated bus, we have, I guess these ones are new, so bigger articulated bus, because we also have the super bendy bus, which is the standard articulated bus. I think they just recently added these in. So we'll go ahead and do the super bendy bus because I know it's a capacity of 100 people, which is really what we're trying to go for. So we're going to do these for the top 4. And this is going to help us to be able to drop down the amount of buses on the lines as well. So now if we come in here, you can see, this one actually doesn't have a whole lot of empty lines, but the goal is to get more people utilizing these. And so now let's go ahead and add in that other inner city bus station. So we're going to go down to transport, go to buses, and I want to do the bigger one for this. So this inner city bus terminal. And so I want to be able to put it right there, but because this is a tram road, we're going to have a little bit of an issue. So I think what we're going to do is add in a small, we don't need a 4-lane. We'll go ahead and add in this 2-lane. Now we don't want a median. We'll go ahead and do the standard tram road here. And we are going to upgrade this to right there, just so that we can turn this into a bus terminal as well. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there so we can leave a little bit of room for a path. And then I do want to connect up any bus lines in the area. So we're going to grab this, go ahead and put it right there. And then we're going to grab this one as well, even though it does force them to take some weird routes. It is going to be important for us to have that connected up. And so now that we have these, you'll kind of see the intercity bus does start to become really busy. And so I do wish this looked a little bit better. I think we're going to come through and do some trees. I know I keep saying it like on every episode, but we keep forgetting. So this is already looking pretty good. We got our train station coming in, and it doesn't really look like we got too many people right now utilizing it. But then we have our metro. Let's go ahead and see if anybody's using these. Oh yeah, look at that. So let's actually check out this line. I mean, not a ton of people, but you can see some of these are actually really full, which is good. It means a lot of people are utilizing this line, which is fantastic. All right, so now what I want to do is go ahead and expand out this area. What I'm thinking is I want to follow a similar pattern to what we got going, just because I think it looks really good. It's symmetrical. And so I think we will go ahead and extend this out. We'll go out 2, and then we'll drop this down. And then I want to follow that same guide where we have 4 in the middle. I think that's 3. So if we come down here, yeah, if we go like that, and then we can come up here. Let's go ahead and have it connect up right there. And then let's grab this, go in the middle. Yeah, we'll go like that because it's better if it's a little bit further away from the rail line, because then we could do some trees and stuff. And then let's have this go down. We'll have it connect up right there. And then let's have this go up. And I don't think we're going to need these 4-lane roads. I just kind of put them in arbitrarily for right now. And so let's just downgrade these. We're not going to need them. And then we are going to do the same thing with the ped roads. So we'll come in here and we'll use this one. Let's go ahead and go right in the middle, and we'll have this one go up, and then we'll have it come this way and then go all the way down. And then just because we can, let's go ahead and have this one come down as well. And then let's go ahead and connect that up, and then we'll connect this up as well. Nice. I actually really like this. I like the whole ped road idea. So let's connect that up too. And then I think we could delete these. That could be interesting, and do some regular roads around. So we do need to have our roads kind of connected up. Actually, you know what? This actually could work because it's a couple cul-de-sacs, and I think this would actually work. But then it's going to allow us to do a park in the middle, which I think is going to be nice. And then we could do a park right here as well. All right, so I think this looks pretty good. It is a little hilly. I kind of fixed a couple of them, but it's just because of the train, and having these hills isn't unrealistic. And so I think it'll be okay. I do want to try to put something in here though. So I'm thinking one of the bigger parks. We haven't done one of the bigger ones in a little while. So if we do like this one, and then yeah, put it like right there. And then we will do another smaller park in here. So we'll grab this. Let's actually do one of the ped ones. So we can go ahead and put this there. Go ahead and put that there. And then let's do a couple. I don't really want that one. Let's do a couple of these ones. I think this is good. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that. And then we can do a couple walking paths in there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It is a little ledgy over here. And then we are going to extend our pedestrian area. Oh, it looks like we're already good. So then let's go ahead and extend out. We don't want it to all be wall to wall. So we're going to go ahead and go like this. And then we are going to go ahead and just do wall to wall in here. Let's go ahead and actually just do wall to wall for this whole side. I think that'll look good. And then we'll do self-sufficient over here. And this is really going to help out our residential a lot. We were in huge demand for residential, and so this is going to help us tremendously. So we'll go ahead and go like this, and then let's go ahead and go like this as well. Go all the way down. Let's go ahead and fill this in, go like that. And we don't really have any commercial in the area, so I think having just a little bit of commercial in here would be good. I don't really want it to be on, we're just going to do a little bit. I don't like that it's on that road, because this could definitely cause us some problems, but I think we'll put in just a small little shop right there. We'll put in a small little shop right here. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's put in just a small shop right there. And then let's come up over here and do just a couple another little small shops. I don't want any on that road though. So we'll go like that. Yeah, you know what? I think that looks pretty good. I like it. And now we can unpause, and then I'm going to make sure that there's water pipes in here real quick. And then what I'm going to do is just let it run out, let these buildings build real fast, and then we'll come back and do some detailing, really turn this into a nicer area. Okay, so I have finally finished. And so the first thing I did was accentuate our park over here with some trees, some little purple bushes. I did a pergola over here with a bench. I didn't go too crazy because there are interactive benches on these paths. I did do a couple little smaller plazas, so I did a pergola over here with a couple benches and a statue. Over here with our little quad plaza park, I did some trees in the middle with some purple bushes. I also ended up decorating our broader area. I did rocks right here, and I felt like this was going to be a really nice, like, grand entrance to our downtown kind of area, residential on the right, and then our main downtown on the left with the plaza area. I ended up doing trees, kind of accentuating these empty spots. I didn't do all the way through. I wanted to make it look a little more natural, so I think these kind of natural breaks look a little bit better. It's kind of funny, I accidentally had installed Natural Disasters DLC, and that's actually the DLC that comes with the water outlet pump. So I think on the next episode, we're going to install it for our schooling over here. So I did fences going all the way around with some young lindens kind of following the fence. I did a couple little trees. We really didn't need to go too crazy here. We got a playground right there. We got a tennis court, basketball court, and then we got the sports hall and gymnasium, the community pool, and the dog park. I did add in another line for our above ground metro, so now there's like a connection for here. So we have our underground one, which is being heavily utilized. This is like the heaviest stop for it. But then now they can kind of just walk down here and then go into our above ground one as well and really get really good access to our city. So our traffic is doing much better. You can kind of see a little bit of a backup right here right now, but if we go ahead and jump out, we can go into the info views and go into traffic. And it was just up at 85, but this is much higher than where we were before. And a lot of it, I mean, you still have some issues over here with some buses, and then we're still going to always have issues over here, especially now with this roundabout in this residential area. It's just a lot of traffic, especially with the Skyscrapers DLC. They're all unique buildings, and so it generates a ton of traffic. It does look like we're having a little bit of trash issues, and then we are having like a polluted water issue over here. That's why this fishing line keeps throwing this notification up. So it says that because the water is slightly polluted that it's messing with the efficiency, so you can see that it's only 90% efficient. It's because those boats aren't gonna fish in polluted water. So let's see if our garbage coverage is good over here, because it looks like these buildings are having some issues. Because it looks like all the rest of the buildings are good, and then for some reason these two are just like not good. Are they on a building? Are they maybe not in our pedestrian area? So they're in it. And so now let's check out our pedestrian area service buildings and see. So 5 out of 7 trucks. I mean, these should be good. We shouldn't really be having any issues. When I did also decorate this up, there was still water in it when I was decorating it, but now that, of course, the water's gone. But I just did a couple little purple trees. On the next episode, we'll get the water back in there, make it look good again. But overall, I think this looks really good. We still do have some spots in here for some residential. I'm not really sure why they're not coming in just yet. But overall, I think this episode was a success. I really like the Sunset Harbor DLC. I think it is fantastic. Just by adding in the waste processing complex, honestly, I think it's worth it. That is by far the best garbage service in the game. And it really makes it worth it for me. But then also the fishing industry, it's really nice. It generates commercial zone goods. You also get this fishing market, which is really nice. But I think this area looks good. I like that we put in the cargo hub, so now that we don't have to have trucks coming into our freeways anymore, which is really helping out with the traffic. But then we also got our cruise ship terminals, and this really helps get those tourists in. This is just another avenue for like inner city. You know, now people can take cruise ship in rather than coming in through road, which is really helping out our traffic a lot. Overall, I think this was a fun episode. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you enjoyed this episode, you will definitely enjoy the episode on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.